It's the National Football League on EA Sports.
And we'll get a look at the Penguins. Jalen Waddle, always staying busy. He's your league leader in receiving yards.
It's the Vikings and the Aviators.
All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the Columbus Aviators. We welcome everybody again alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaunt and CD. We've got an interesting test here today. One of the league's best passing games and one of the best pass defenses set to square up and see who can perform better in a high-profile matchup.
And you and I talk about all the time how fortunate we are to be in this position, to be around these types of games. And as jacked up as these fans are, how about these two teams? They've been looking forward to testing themselves against what is considered the best on the other side. This is going to be a lot of fun, a very exciting battle headed our way.
Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Columbus. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The numbers for him from a week ago: 16 carries, 82 yards, and a touchdown.
And when you measure numbers for the guys that carry the football, it's not just the yardage. How many times do they ring the bell? How many times they get into the end zone? And now that he has 15 for the year, everyone gets to celebrate, starting with his offensive line.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 12 carries, 59 yards.
As always, priority number one for them is to secure the win this week. But priority number two, this guy right now who is 6th in the league in rushing. They want to give him that push to get him into the top 5 and really earn the status of being one of the best ground games in the NFL, as well as him being one of the lead backs too.
Back to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
Well, the Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And they've got to be breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief. The first time you throw the football winds up being picked, but fortunately for them, it does not lead to points.
Well, that tells you about team football, doesn't it? Everybody gets together. What's that term they use? Complementary football? Okay, he threw the pick. The defense got together and said, hey, let's shut them down. Let's not turn it into points. They did exactly that. Now he gets a fresh start, a clean slate.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
They'll look to throw here. The throw for Tony is intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. Yeah, they were in field goal range last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
2nd and 11. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. This defense for the Vikings, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 33. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Chase Young make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Oh, I think we all understand his disappointment. Didn't quite get to the end zone, and you know it's just got to be tough to see a yard line underneath you after a play like that. Still, all in all, a huge play, and now they're set up first and goal at the 1.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Aviators use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense can miss too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time, he had the speed to win that race.
Now the try here for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. And he's been loose with the football early. Interceptions on the first couple of drives. As they start again here, we'll see if he can do better. 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Oh, good move. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And that will be incomplete. And on now is the punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. He'll drop to throw. Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. A little juke. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Columbus with the football here to begin the second quarter. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Kevin O'Connell clearly unhappy with that call, and he's thrown that red challenge flag out on the field. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. They'll look to throw here on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Wolf. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now a handoff running through the middle. Nifty move. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there. With their second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Aviators go up by 2 touchdowns. So 2 touchdowns for him on the ground in his first half, and that one a thing of beauty.
And just like his last touchdown run, we saw him be patient. How about his vision where he's able to identify where the opening was? And then how about the escort right down the field all the way to the end zone from his blockers?
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
And this offense on third down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And now out comes Minnesota. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Back to throw here. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. On 3rd down, they'll try and run for it on the draw. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
So they bring out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 15. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Vikings head out to take over once again. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. With a heavy set out there, 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Now back to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
3 much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on to punt. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. 45 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he completes it to Hunt. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Holding, offense.
Umpire through the flag usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 38-yard line. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 38. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 13-yard line. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue. But all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. They're in a bit of a bind, a pretty big bind, down 20-0 as they start here on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Pass interference. Defense.
So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle, and they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover or takeaway, a key sack on 3rd down, a 3-and-out. Something lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is going to be intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared, had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Back to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Wolf. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll set up to throw. Tosses the out route here to Gallup. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Wolf. They'll throw now on the final play. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. will start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. From there, let's stay in the Midwest and head down to Kansas City to check on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. The Flyers trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore and check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they've gone to the half, all even at 14 apiece. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Vikings. And they will need to get this passing game in gear, because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for our home team, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Second and 5. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On third down, they'll try and run for it on the draw. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. This is taken at the 18. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, first and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They go play action here on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Second and 4. And my goodness, another interception. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Over the middle this time to Fowler. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. They're going to look to throw. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on 3rd. Back to throw again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Back to throw here. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. This will cost him 11 yards there on the 2nd and goal sack.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll set up a throw. Flush to his right. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
That's going to be caught by Waddle. Finding space at the 40. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. On the move to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
The Vikings send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. 65 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthinking. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the first down.
Back to throw now on first down. He's going to find Gallup here complete. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
Holding. Offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Boy, tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And they'll send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. He'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Again, he'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. This will wind up a loss on the play. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
So the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. The Vikings on 3rd down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. They'll look to throw now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Second and 6. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now Waddle on the jet sweep. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And as a result, possession switches hands. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you, because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we're going to get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 72 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. It was Kwity Paye who made the stop coming off the edge. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. On third down, they're going to run for it here. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter and a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
That one caught along the sideline. Did he stay in? Yes, he did. But hang on here. A penalty marker is on the field. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Back to throw. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's going the other way. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And the lead is now an even 30. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. Silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.